The CDC has updated its guidelines for prescribing opioids for pain. Among the recommendations, medical providers should avoid abrupt discontinuation of opioids, and they should collaborate with patients when making treatment decisions. The agency says some state laws and insurance decisions that were supposedly based off the 2016 guidelines were actually inconsistent with those recommendations and have contributed to patient harm. Pfizer is working on an experimental RSV vaccine, which the company says was found effective in preventing severe infections in infants. The vaccine was given to expectant mothers in a late-stage study during the second half of their pregnancy. If approved, Pfizer's shot could be the first maternal vaccine available to prevent the disease in babies and toddlers. Pfizer stopped the trial after the early success and plans to file for approval by the end of the year. Federal data estimates that RSV sends 58,000 kids under the age of 5 to U.S. hospitals every year. Well, stick with us. Jack Wallace has updates on our Moorhead College football teams.